What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your weekly collective tarot for the week of February 21st through the 27th of 2022. Truly appreciate you for being here and joining me for this little weekly spread. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah. See what the cards have to say. Check out the weekly astrology if you haven't checked it out yet. Definitely looked into the future, looked into the past, showed you some stuff, big decisions. What a time to be alive. What a time to slip into despair, into the past, into a lot of things. So lots going on with the astrology. But as always, I'm very excited to pull some cards, see what they have to say. And yeah, we'll see. Try and get a good couple shuffles on this deck. And hopefully we get some good stuff. Whatever we get, we're meant to get. And I'll do my best to interpret it as true as I can. Alright, that'll do. Using the Golden Tarot today. I set up a different camera, which I was going to clear the dust off this, and then I spaced out because we got so much Neptune stuff. And I never used this table, so just kind of been sitting there in the background. Let me move my mic. Okay. See if I can get set up here. Alright. Maybe this will be the new tarot spot. It's kind of nice. It's got a little orby. It's got a fountain. Some crystals. This might be the new tarot jam. Alright, let's see what we got with the Golden Tarot. The Sun is the Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like we got a lot of new things to begin in life that could leave our, cups feeling extremely full, especially emotionally, and the things that make us happy. There's new beginnings right on the horizon that we can almost feel, but there's something about not wanting to take the initiative or not wanting to go after these, great things, the happy things in life, the love, the passion, the enjoyment. Where are we not filling up our cups, and what's the moon have to say about that? Queen of Wands upright for the moon. Well, that's definitely nice to get. I think we can feel a lot of authority within our heart and within our emotional state and in our personal lives when we're really grabbing a hold of our power and really putting that crown on and doing the things that will make us feel good, doing the things that do bring happiness into our lives. And I think we have to take that mature sense of, I got this, I can handle it, I will create it, instead of being like, no, the cup's, because it's like an upside down, it's just like pouring out the cup. We can't be pouring out the cup that our soul so badly wants to create as we move forward here. And I think this is where we can really step into our power of creation. But we have to know it, we have to be secure in it, and if we are within ourselves, we're going to feel much, much better. And I don't think we're going to feel so turned around. What's our Mars card? Eight of Swords. Yeah, we're cutting ourselves out of, I think, detrimental situations in life. I think this is like, we really want to pay attention to where we're putting the blinders on, where we're not seeing clearly, and where in our own mind we're holding ourselves in some entrapment, thinking that we can't get out. Because if you look at this card, I mean, of course, those ropes are very loose. And she could take that blindfold off if she wanted to. And I think we have to realize right now more than ever that we can take the blindfold off, that we can see clearly, that we can be in a place of making smart decisions. And the only time we hold ourselves back is when we're too afraid to see the truth of the matter. And if we just want to live in a fairy tale that isn't of a spiritual truth, or a fairy tale that isn't of your soul's highest purpose, or what's trying to really, it's like there's this great creative force that we have deep within us right now that we intuitively know, but we can trick ourselves mentally. We can get into very weird spots, and that's going to really slow us down. And I'm not saying that it's necessarily the week to just go gung-ho for anything. I think we have to pay attention. So I think really this is identifying with the things in life that we are blinding ourselves from, that we're not paying attention to, and to be, pretty smart about what that is. Mercury got the Five of Swords upright. Well, I think this is pretty much about the mental conflicts in life, that like we got to come to some sense of, let's work this out. Maybe it's just being truthful. Maybe it's just being honest. But, are we lying to ourselves? Like, I feel like there's like lying energy, and there's this really deep need here to kind of take authority and to see clearly and to not just be in some, illusionary state that I feel like we're doing to ourselves with that Eight of Swords, with the Mars. And then it goes right back to the mind, big time, with the Five of Swords. So we have to figure out how to resolve some things this week. And it's only going to come through identifying with what's actually clear and what isn't clear. If it's not clear and we're forcing clarity, that's going to be an issue too. Three of Coins in reverse for Venus. We got to make sure we're building in the right direction with the right people. Teamwork is so important right now. I think, I can't not see relationship stuff in the astrology, but it's not just like, you can't just build anything in life right now. You can't just build with anyone. Like, these things have to be built to last. And I think we have to be paying attention to people in life that are trying to take us on their own story, but it's not in alignment with our story. I think it's very physical. I think values, this card to me is like, pay attention to trickster energy when it comes to finances. Why are we not working well with other people? Two of Swords in reverse. Because we're not willing to see the truth. And we're stuck at a crossroads of if we want to go down the same path we've been down, or if we're willing to go another route. We see it, but we don't want to see it because it's different. And that's where we have to have a lot of courage right now. And I'm really glad we got that Moon card with the Queen of Wands, because it is the courage within ourselves right now that are going to dispel all things that are false, so that we can find more abundant feelings in life and start more of a spiritual journey. The Ace of Cups is more of an inward defining start of realizing that we can start over. We don't need to be scared to start over. We can get ourselves in a really weird place mentally right now with the Five of Swords with Mercury, and an Eight of Swords with Mars, and a Two of Swords reversed on top of that Three of Coins. We can get ourselves in such a weird place right now if we're not making decisions at this crossroads of life. And these decisions are going to be extremely difficult, that we're not going to see the truth yet. So that's where I think we have to trust our intuition and trust our hearts more than ever, and not just maybe not just a physical essence of what can be brought from that. Ten of Wands in reverse for Jupiter. I would say that dropping the weight is where the abundance actually lies. It's like, this is the benefit spot in this spread. This is about realizing that if we actually do drop the weight, we can start the new cycle. But there's something about, it's not everything. Like, some things were meant to come. Some things were meant to be on the journey still. It's not like we have to fully destroy every part of who we are. We've picked up a lot of good things along the way that need to come with us. But there's just a few things that I think have to be looked at so that we can really expand. So that we can really start ramping up what this next chapter is going to look like. But, it almost reminds me of unfinished business, getting a Ten of Wands in reverse. Like, what is unfinished that we don't want to pay attention to? And the abundance would be, or the gift would be, dealing with that business, but in a very calculated way, and trying to see clearly when it's not going to feel Nothing's going to feel clear this week. Four of Coins for Saturn. Actually choosing the path of our greatest value is going to be extremely difficult, and we're going to feel blocked from the things we really want. So we have to figure out how to push that boundary. We have to figure out how to say, no, I really want this in my life. This is what I value. This is the core of what I'm trying to build and have, and I'm not letting go. This is it for me. And I feel it, and I know it, and I'm ready to own it. And Pluto got the Knight of Cups in reverse. So we're transforming, I think, the way we are hesitant to move powerfully with our feelings and our intuition, and how we can really start to make big leaps and big bounds here. But it's only by having that inner knowing and that inner confidence and realizing that something can be destroyed and you can still come out with power. You can still come out with valor. It's not like it has to be kept. Like it's almost like moving through something fast. Like there's something here that's got to go. We can wade in it forever. We can, get the transformation over with and see where it goes. Why do we get that? The world. Yeah, we are at a completion point. I feel that very, very heavily. So how do we transform into a new world? Well, we can't keep doing the old world. We can't keep carrying the stuff from the old world. We have to take on new weight, new responsibilities to bring in the emotion and to bring in the feel-good energy. And I love the Queen of Wands for the moon that came out second. And I think that we will actually have the courage and the inner strength to do that and to really identify with the feelings that really want to delegate our path. But we have to trust our intuition or we're going to feel like lost little puppies. Water of Shadow, cast about. Yeah, I think we can feel just stuck in the middle of the ocean this week, and it can definitely feel like some shadows. It can feel like we got to deal with some subconscious stuff. And that's where we're at this crossroads is, we can feel it, but maybe we don't see it. And having to navigate and we can't see, but there's a trust to it, and we can feel completely abandoned in the abyss. But I think that's where we ultimately find our way, and that's where actually we can really tune into our intuition, and we can really tune into where the current of something bigger is going in our lives, is more inward, and not focusing on what necessarily the outer looks like yet, or idealizing too much about what the outer looks like yet. Air element, communication. Yeah, I think that's pretty important. I think that a lot of communication is really good right now because it's going to help us figure things out. And I think it's about the communication within our relationships and the people we're building with and making sure that we're being pretty honest and pretty straightforward. The mind is important right now, but we're also at a place where I think the mind can come through and give us some really, I think they can be crazy answers. That doesn't mean they'd be bad. Mercury comes out of shadow this week, so I think we can start to kind of trust that channel with the Mercury and Aquarius more and more. But the tarot cards are kind of leaning towards like your mind's going to twist you up right now and make you think that something new isn't possible and that you haven't completed something when really you have. And, oh wow, Mercury Retrograde. I pulled another one in. Reinvention. I think our mind is getting reinvented, and it's trying to show us what a future can actually be like right now. So that would be part of the getting spun part is not realizing that your mind just had a huge reinvention. It's stationed on Pluto. Venus and Mars are heading towards Pluto this week. Beginning of next week. So there's a lot of reinventing we're having to do right now, and we can feel like maybe a little slow at first, but this is some of the biggest evolutionary mental leaps that we could ask for. Saturn, Scorpio, second house, Libra rising. Well, I think we have to learn to detach from value right now and get really serious about what is value and really what are we trying to create right now? What are the manifestations? And are we willing to push the intensity levels and not restrict ourselves or not be scared? But if you want the best, you got to go get the best. If you want to have the deepest connection to your own self-worth, to your own physical life, you have to go and work towards it and be a grown-up about it. And more than anything, deep within yourself, you have to know that you got it from the literally the core level. This is saying that your soul capital is getting tested. Do you have the soul capital to know that you have what it takes, that you have the fire, that you have the guts to not get stuck on a crossroads and to know your worth? And of course, Saturn's so funny getting that 4 of coins and then coming out with this, because it really is about learning what is of great value and letting go of what isn't of great value with Scorpio too. So, I love you all very much. I do hope that this reading was helpful. I hope that it resonated. I hope you were entertained at the very least. And I'm wishing you the best this week. We got this. It's definitely not. It's not all fun and games these days. It's a serious world, and I think we want to make it fun and we want to do the things to keep us at a high vibe. But it's also seeing clearly, and in times of what is the choice and what can go, and that's where we're getting tested this week. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I'll see you for all the dailies. Much love. Peace.